Hello and welcome to episode 134, the first proper episode of 2020. Can you believe it's 2020 already? I say the first proper episode because I gave you a bonus episode 2 days ago on what I've knit for myself in 2019. And the last thing you saw in my pile of knits is this. This is the last thing I finished in 2019. Finished it on the 30th of December. It is the Fortune jumper sweater by PetiteKnit. It is PetiteKnit knits this with a strand of mohair because, she is the bane of my existence. No, she knits a lot with mohair. And I try to not knit with mohair because why? Why would you? Why? But yeah, she knits it with a strand of mohair and a strand of something else. I knit mine out of just one strand of KAOS yarn, Baby Alpaca in the Night Fever colorway, and which obviously has a different gauge. I knit this at a gauge of 24 stitches to 10 centimeters. I think the original pattern is 20 stitches. So I knit from memory, I knit the larger size, which is a 2XL. And I opted for a much more fitted version. It still has a bit of a bad wing. The sleeves are shorter than what the pattern says. The pattern says to knit something like 28, 18, whatever, something centimeters. I decided to just, I'm always pushing my sleeves up, so 3/4 length sleeves is like perfect for me. Yeah, it's really soft. It is Baby Alpaca, so if you're not really a Baby Alpaca type, then it's not for you. I didn't alternate skeins because it is a very speckle heavy yarn, and so even though it's very busy, it's very subtle, and I didn't think that you'd really notice a big difference. I do think that this middle skein here was probably, this is 3 skeins, 1200 meters of yarn. And I think this middle skein here is more greenish than the 2 others, but I don't care. I like the way it fits me more than I like the look of the Fortune sweater in the pattern, because it's got more hair and it's an oversized jumper and there's no waist shaping. I don't think there's ever any shaping to, I could be wrong, but I don't think PetiteKnit ever uses shaping. I've knit far too many patterns of hers, despite not really liking the same aesthetic. But as you've probably seen with this, and with the Sunday tee, and with the one I can't remember, which is probably not hers. It's not hers. I have decided to do it so it fits me and my aesthetic more than her. Be it through different gauge or whatever. I am not wearing anything underneath this. Well, I am wearing underwear, but I don't have a top on underneath this, as you can see. And I can't decide, maybe I should be wearing something underneath. The clover pattern is a holy stitch. But I don't know. probably helps that my bra is basically more or less the same color as the background color in this. I don't know. For office use, I might wear a tank top or something underneath, but I'm not sure that I actually need it. I probably don't need it. I mean, yeah, you can see my bra and bits of my skin through the pattern, but is that so bad? Anyway, washed it. When you saw it 2 days ago, it wasn't washed. Washed it, which relaxed the stitches a bit. The clover pattern really doesn't appear as much as it would in the original because, well, you do get larger holes using larger needles. And I could easily fix that by just adjusting the stitches. I don't care. I don't care. Some of the clovers are 3-leaf clovers instead of 4-leaf clovers. Who cares? But yeah, maybe I should wear this for work tomorrow with something underneath, just to get a test run out of it. Maybe. Now, 2020 will not be a PetiteKnit free year because I am going to knit 2 overalls, baby coveralls, whatever you want to call them, smackboxer, for the 2 babies that my co-workers are having, 2 different co-workers. And I do have one of her patterns, so I'll do those in grey, even though it's both of them are boys. It's just a nice simple grey. It's just nice sometimes, you know, with all the baby stuff. But other than that, I predict this will be a PetiteKnit free year, unless she comes out with something that I just can't resist. I mean, this was born from the yarn, really. Had the yarn, dreamt of something, saw the Fortune sweater and thought, that's basically what I want. So yeah. Something else I've been knitting on before arriving back here for after Christmas and New Year's is my Woolen Honey. Woolen Honey is by Andrea Knits. I should say KAOS yarn, despite the not so Danish sounding name maybe. It is KAOS, so the Danish chaos. She sells online. And in my Christmas check-in I mentioned that, oh, I might need to buy a 4th skein. I didn't. I had a small knocket left of the yarn, but there was enough. Even though I went with a longer length than the pattern states. I think it's a couple of centimeters longer, that's all. And that's mostly due to the yarn relaxing when I washed it and adding the bit of length that way. So, the other thing I'm knitting on is by Andrea Mowry, who is slightly problematic, but I have been in love with this jumper for a while, and this yarn is by another Danish dyer. She's a local dyer to me, Sysleriget, and I noticed that she just put up today that she has more of this color. This color is called Rusty. This is the Merino single, and this is my first skein still. So this is Woolen Honey. You have this what do we call this? Beacon pattern. And I have just started the second chart. For my Christmas check-in I was up here, so I've added a large hexagon and a bit. Actually half a small, a large, half a large. And yeah, I have started the second chart. And to be honest, this still has increases in it, so I haven't, I think I have the, not the directions, there we go, the front of this printed out. I am not too sure about how the fit will be. I'm not knitting this to the full ease that they recommend, and I am planning on moving some of these stitches from the back to the sleeves, depending on how it goes. But this is what it looks like, the pattern looks like. And yeah, I have now moved down to doing these more singular honeycombs. That's the word, honeycombs. Whereas until now it's been all the way around, but now right now it's 3 and then nothing, and slowly it's going to fade into nothing. I really like the raised back. It is all done in garter stitch, and I really like the raised back here. It looks really small on the needle, but that is hopefully just on the needle. It is stretchy, so yeah. I mean, I've done a fair bit of knitting on this, considering that you do actually have to do something on some of the rows. Don't know how. Yeah. So hopefully this is recording, because I'm going to move my stitch marker up a bit. Now, I knit on this between, well, basically between New Year's and coming back. Because this was the only other project I had with me. And then I came back and went down a rabbit hole, a knitting rabbit hole, because I cast on this. And since it's Sunday today, since Friday, I have knit all of this color work. Oh, it's looking so great on the screen, or my screen at least. All of this color work. This is the Sonrae by Jennifer Steingass. She's done Garden Gate and a whole lot of different really lovely top down round yoke jumpers with color work yokes. On this there is also color work on the sleeves, and I'm going to make them long sleeve. Yeah, I know, but sometimes I do make long sleeved things. Sometimes. You may think, Sonrae, haven't heard of it. That's because the pattern looks like this at the moment. And that's the name. and I printed it in black and white, so that's why you can't really see a whole lot. But I finished the color work on the yoke, and I just started on the this is the back, on the short row shaping in the back, which is going to hopefully raise the bag a bit. So it's like this rather. It probably won't be that deep, but you know. Right now my only concern is that I think that the ribbing, which is only like 3 rows, will roll, because it already has that tendency, but we will see. I am knitting this out of a new to me yarn, meaning it's a commercial yarn. I know lots of people who have used it. It's readily available all over Denmark. It is the Filcolana Pernilla. It is slightly heavier than fingering weight. It's recommended gauge is 22 to 24 stitches. I am knitting this at 22 stitches. I did the ribbing on a 3.5mm needle, and then I'm going to do, well, right now I'm doing the body on a 3.75. I used a 4mm needle for the color work because I have a tendency to knit tighter in color work than I do in non-color work. It's just, a lot of us do, not everyone, but a lot of us do. And the pattern does recommend going up a size, a needle size. So I did that. The colors I'm using are 977, which isn't the whitest of white. Yarn Freak calls this marzipan. And the other one is 827, which, depending on the lighting, gives off more of a golden glow and sometimes looks more nutty brownish. Yarn Freak calls this Dijon. Yeah. And it's not out yet. It will be out later this month, I think. I'm pretty sure. I cast on for some other color work things, at the Golden Moon for example. It's still behind me somewhere. It's so nice doing color work. Maybe this year I will do all the color work, or maybe I won't. Naturally, I will be finishing this at some point. Right now we're down to the short row shaping is just 3 or 5 rows. Not giving away the secret sauce here, but you know. And then I get to split for the sleeves and the body. Yeah. And I don't really know, I might do the same as I talked about with my woolen honey, moving some of the back stitches to the sleeves, because if I remember correctly, you use the same number of stitches. Need to find the right page. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you have the same number of stitches for the front and the back. As we've discussed previously, I don't have back boobs yet. At least I don't think so. So there is potential for shifting some of the stitches. Just because I can. This will have a bust circumference of 124.5 centimeters, which is 8.5 centimeters more than my actual bust. So I can take some of the back out of that and move it to the front. Not the front, the sleeves. I know I think that in the past I pretty much used the that you wanted. Is it the 2/3 of the stitches on the front and 1/3 in back, something like that? I don't know, but I haven't really thought that far along because I was just enjoying doing the colourway. And I know at some point I'm going to think, ugh, colourwork. Probably around when I get to the sleeves and just want the sleeves to be done and I have to do colourwork cuffs. I mean, I know. Up sleeve, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. I think I'm going to move some of the stitches from the back. Is it that you want 2/3 of the... You want back stitches to be 2/3 of the front stitches? Sounds more right. I don't know. I might do some math, I might just move some stitches around. So I do have to be conscious of the number of stitches I switch around because there is a cuff chart and it is a 10 stitch repeat. So ideally I should move 10 stitches to each sleeve if I want to do it that way. Unless I want to decrease them out. 10 stitches is a whole lot because that would be 20 stitches, which would be almost 10 centimeters. And I don't have 10 centimeters to give. So I might have to work out what I want to do, how I want to do it. But yeah, there is that. Again, it is on a short needle, but as you can see, even when bunched up, it does actually go across my shoulders. I did try it on when it was shorter, and I did do a, I'm sitting on it, I did do a gauge swatch. I know I don't always swatch. I rarely swatch, but as I haven't knit with the Pernilla before, I thought, well, better do a swatch to see if I could get the gauge listed in the pattern. And I did. With the 3.75mm needles as predicted, I got both row and stitch gauge, so that's excellent for how this will come out. Yeah. I haven't done any sewing. I've been a bit obsessed with this, I will admit, as you can probably tell from how far I've actually gotten. Considering it's Sunday and I've been knitting on it for 2 days. And it hasn't been constant knitting because I have also been doing yoga with Adrian. I'm a bit behind. I think I am probably 2 days behind. But I have been following it. She's doing a new 30-day challenge, which is 30 days of January. I know January has 31 days. Bear with me. And the theme this time is home. And I still can't really do a lot of work on all fours because my knees hate that. But you know, sometimes you just have to breathe. And I can do that. I am pretty good at breathing, actually. It's one of my talents. Anyway, I still need to take photos of this. The weather is grey, it is cold outside. Might do some photos in front of the old bookcase, seeing as this is rather light in colour. So yeah, I'll do that while this uploads. And you should be able to find it on my Instagram account or on Ravelry. I am Bungoif on both. And that's it really. I should put a stitch marker in this so I can show you the progress next week, which will either be no progress at all or I will have it finished. I won't have it finished, but you know, it's either one or the other with me. It's never steady progress. Maybe 2020 will be the year of obsession. Who knows? I hope you have a great week and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye!